Hey, hello there. To be honest, I was thinking about what the director said today. It was a challenge. He asked me to name one thing in the studio that is not made of any mineral source, such as oil or metals. Believe me, nothing came to mind. You're right there. One of today's topics is mines and mineral products in Iran. Iranians are lucky to live in a land with really rich mines. They have access to most mineral rocks, actually. Iran is the world's 17th largest country. It covers 1% of all landmass on the planet. Iranian soil happens to be located on Earth's metallurgical belt. That is a belt rich in minerals, all of which the modern world has great need for. Copper, gold, iron, lead and zinc are There's been minimal investment in exploration in Iran, and so this country is not aware of its full potential. For example, Iran is estimated to possess 7% of the world's resources, but in 2015, of $9 billion worth of exploration, Iran's share was just $25 million. That's just 0.3%. Therefore, investment in this sector would be highly profitable to foreign companies. Iranians themselves haven't sat back idly either. They've invested extensively in the mine sector. For a close-up view of what Iranians have done in this regard, we set out for an industrial complex to watch their production process from A to Z. And to begin with, what could be better than copper? Copper has the best electrical conductivity of all metals except for silver. And the world of telecommunications is based upon a copper infrastructure. Also, there's plenty of copper to be found here in the studio.
From your everyday clothes to the plate of your food, from the car you drive to the screen on which you are watching this program, everything you are, in one way or another, in contact within your everyday life has something to do with minerals. Mines have in fact shaped expansion of human civilization. Meanwhile, countries richer in mineral resources and more technologically developed to extract minerals from deposits are apt to see more progress. Hearing the name of Iran in economic communities would generally remind one of oil and gas. It is true that the country sits atop at least 10% of the world's proven crude oil and nearly 18% of gas reserves. However, there might be relatively very few who know that the same Iran is in possession of 7% of the mineral deposits worldwide as well. Mr. Ali Khani is an advisor to Mines and Metals Development Investment Company. He explains more.
با توجه به اکتشافات کمی که در ایران انجام شده، الان کشور ما ایران در بین 15 کشور اول غنی از ذخایر مواد معدنی قرار گرفته، به نوعی که 7% ذخایر قطعی جهان رو ایران تشکیل داده و ارزش تقریبی این ذخایر چیزی هولوش 700 میلیارد دلاره و باید به این نکته توجه کنیم که این ارزش زمانی به دست اومده که ما فقط 6% از گستره ایران رو اکتشاف کردیم و قاعدتاً اگر سرمایه گذاری خارجی در ایران محقق پیدا کنه و با توجه به دانش فنی و نیروهای تحصیل کرده و جوانی که در ایران وجود دارن میتونیم این ارزش ذخایر رو به چند هزار میلیارد دلار نیز افزایش بدیم.
Copper is one of the most profitable minerals in Iran that is widely used in many countries. Given its preferred conductivity, copper is used in nearly all categories of electrical engines and wiring. It is also used for construction of ships and pipes to prevent calcium and lime buildup. Copper and its alloys are natural antimicrobial materials and are used in many medicinal preparations, among other uses. This is Ahmad Morad Alizadeh. He used to manage National Iranian Copper Industries Company. This company owns 3 big mines in 2 provinces of Kerman and East Azerbaijan. It is the 3rd most profitable company in Iran's stock exchange market. Mr. Morad Alizadeh explains about Iran's resources.
در حال حاضر ذخایری که در ایران تشخیص داده شده تقریباً برمیگرده به اکتشافاتی که از دهه 40 شمسی در ایران شروع شده تا الان حدوداً 3 تا 3.5% از ذخایر جهانی رو ما دارا هستیم. اما میزانی که الان از این ذخایر در حال بهره برداری هست حدوداً 1 تا 1.2% در حال بهره برداری است. بقیه ذخایر یا شناسایی کامل نشده یا اکتشافاتش هنوز به صورت تفصیلی کامل نشده. به همین دلیل شاید شرکت مس بخش اکتشافاتش حدود 50% اکتشافات کل کشور هست و در سطح ایران در پهنه‌های مختلف در جاهای مختلف استان سیستان بلوچستان، کرمان، حوزه مرکزی ایران و استان آذربایجان در حال اکتشافات هست که در آینده ذخایری که شناسایی دقیق بشه و اکتشافات تفصیلیش انجام بشه اونا هم میاد توی بحث بهره برداری.
After 1.5 hours drive from central Kerman, we arrived in Sarcheshmeh, where these huge holes were once big mountains, having been dug out over time. One of Iran's biggest copper mines is located in Sarcheshmeh, 159 kilometers off the southern city of Kerman. Sarcheshmeh is considered to hold the 15th biggest copper deposits worldwide. By itself, Kerman province is viewed as one of the richest regions in Iran for its mineral reserves.
سهم معدن در GDP ایران متاسفانه بسیار ناچیز بوده به دلیل سرمایه‌گذاری‌های کمی که در این حوزه انجام شده و این تقریباً چیزی هولوش 0.7% رو معدن در GDP ایران تشکیل میده که خب این بسیار کم است و ما امید داریم که با سرمایه‌گذاری خارجی در صنایع پایین دستی و بالا دستی ایران بتونیم این سهم معدن رو در GDP ایران افزایش بدیم. در تقسیمات کشوری ایران به 31 استان تقسیم شده. این 31 استان 2900 میلیون دلار ارزش تولیدات معدنیشون بوده که اگر بخواهیم ببینیم کدوم استان‌ها سهم بیشتری رو در تولیدات معدنی داشتن می‌بینیم که 41% تولیدات در استان کرمان انجام شده و 30% ارزش این تولیدات در استان یزد بوده و این 2 استان قاعدتاً 2 استان غنی ایران هستند که در حوزه معادن تولیدات بالایی رو داشتند.
Well, I hope you've enjoyed the show so far and found it educational. Our tour of Sarcheshmeh city and its Gram factory is not over yet, but I'd best give you this information right here, right now. You may not see Iran listed among the world's top 10 richest countries in copper, but Iran enjoys special privileges in this domain. First of all, Iranian copper is really highly concentrated. Secondly, Iran has mines that are either untouched or not yet expanded. Given copper is expensive in world markets and Iran offers attractive conditions to investors, Iranian mines would be the best investment option. Now, if you wish to see how miners toil to extract soil from the depths of the earth and how that soil is turned into copper, do stay tuned to watch the rest of the show.
After exploration is done, they will blast the mine to start excavation. workers will transfer the rich soil to the factory. Here, in these machines, the soil will be crushed until it is broken down to 80-micron grains. Then, using flotation method, waste is separated.
کارخونه فلوتاسیون پودری است به نام کنسانتره که معمولاً با عیار 20 تا حدود 30% در نوسان هست و بستگی داره به عیار ورودی از معدن. محصول کارخونه فلوتاسیون رو بعد انتقال میدن به کارخانه ذوب که معمولاً تکنولوژی‌های ذوب هم متفاوت هست و بعد از چند مرحله ذوب و پالایش کردن محصولی به دست میاد به نام آنود با عیار 99.8% که کاملا خالص شده و فلز نسبتاً خالصی به دست میاد. آنود با عیار 99.8% رو انتقال میدن به کارخانه پالایشگاه و بعد با روش الکتروبینی و الکترولیز تبدیل میکنن به مس خالص با عیار 99.99% که این محصول دیگه در بازار قابل مصرف هست برای تولید لوله، ورق، انواع اقسام مصنوعاتی که در صنعت الکترونیک، در صنعت برق و انتقال انرژی میتونه مصرف بشه.
These scary furnaces make copper anodes. Now pure copper is almost in the reach. Anodes are then moved to refineries and using electrolysis method they'll be transformed into cathode, which is 99.99% pure copper. Iran's revenues from the sale of copper have dwindled in recent years due to the weak demand from top copper consumer China thanks to an economic slowdown in the country. Although Trump's biting sanctions are back on track, this company is planning to produce 540,000 tons of copper in the near future. The country is planning to lure foreign investors into the sector, however. Investment data shows that a sizable majority of investments offered by foreign financiers in Iran since January 2016 that Tehran's Joint Comprehensive Plan of Action, or JCPOA, was implemented were aimed at capitalizing projects in the mining sector.
قوانین الحمدلله در چند سال اخیر مورد تغییر قرار گرفته و مجلس شورای اسلامی دولت جمهوری اسلامی رو مکلف کرده که سرمایه گذاران خارجی رو تضمین بهشون بده و امنیت سرمایه های نقدی و غیر نقدی اونها رو تضمین بکنه.
Development of the sector would not only lead to faster economic growth in Iran, but would also tackle unemployment. In order to facilitate the arrival of foreign investors into the country and addressing their concerns, the Organization for Investment, Economic and Technical Assistance of Iran, and affiliate to the Ministry of Economy, has been established to play an instrumental role in this regard.
نیروی انسانی ارزان و با کیفیت یکی از مزیت‌های سرمایه‌گذاری در کشور میتونه باشه. مزیت دوم انرژی ارزان هست. انرژی که به هر حال با شرایط مختلف جهانی قابل رقابت هست و کاملا همه سرمایه‌گذاران به این موضوع واقف هستند. موضوع سوم شرایط حمل و نقل از شرایط بین‌المللی برخوردار هست. چه حمل و نقل جاده‌ای امکانات از همین جهت فراهم هست.
For more information on the ins and outs of investing in Iran, check www.investiniran.ir.
In this edition of the subcontinent, we will explore how people and government of Pakistan see and react to the normalization of relations with Israel.
Copper is but one of Iran's mineral industries. Another Iranian produce is iron, plenty of which is to be found on this land. Just one example is the iron mine of Golgohar city, where over 1,250,000,000 tons of iron ore lie dormant. This mine is in southern Iran and has a long way to go before exhaustion. Eastern Iran also has its riches. There lies the Sangon mine with over 850 million tons of iron ore waiting to be extracted. We'll visit these mines in future shows. Be you rich or poor, busy exploring new mines or new galaxies, you can do nothing without hydrocarbons, vitamins and proteins. To provide food for 7 billion people is no easy task. Given such vast population, human life today would be not possible without the food industry or food factories. Iran has 82 million people, a number not easy to feed. The Iranian food industry is really vast, and it produces and exports nearly every type of halal food popular in the Middle East. If you, like me, had to waste 2 hours a day in the traffic, you wouldn't find 2 hours time for cooking a meal. So do forgive me for opting for ready meals. There are plenty of Iranian factories producing the ready meals that are so popular in today's world. But there are also those factories producing traditional Iranian food packaged to go with modern methods. Quality standards really matter with these products because such food may go unconsumed for days and weeks, in which time they must not lose quality or taste. On the other hand, they must not produce poisons harmful to the buyer. I've said plenty, but only to prepare you for a report by my dear friend Amir Mehdi Kazemi.
It is an inseparable part of every friendly gathering and birthday party in Iran. A cold hors d'oeuvre which many Iranians prefer as a main course. For decades, the old Russian potato salad, also known as Olivier salad in Iran, has gathered families and friends around one table. However, in the mid-90s, this tasty darling of the Iranians suddenly vanished from restaurants and sandwich shops across the country, after sales were banned by authorities due to hygiene concerns. But soon after, two close friends came up with a brilliant idea, and that was to get a legal license for the mass production of Olivier salad with all the health certificates. Entrepreneurs say that ideas belong to those who execute them. And this is a good example of how combining the simplest materials along with proper planning could turn into a booming business, targeting a market with more than 80 million potential consumers.
از سال 1379 به همراه دوست و شریک عزیزم آقای حسین علی خانی فعالیت خودمون رو در شهر اصفهان آغاز کردیم. تولید انواع غذاهای آماده یه سردستور کارمون بود. خواستن با سال دولویه آغاز کردیم و امروز بیش از 72 نوع انواع غذاهای آماده رو توی 7 کارخونه در اصفهان، تهران و استان مرکزی در دستور کار
تا پارامتر میکروبی و شیمیایی در آزمایشگاه ما روش انجام میشه. اون چیزی که باعث فساد پذیری مواد غذایی میشه حضور میکروارگانیسم ها هست. اون کاری که ما در این شرکت انجام میدیم در درجه اول حذف کامل میکروارگانیسم هاست و جلوگیری از ورود مجدد اونها به محصول هست. همین کار ساده ما باعث میشه که شلف لایف محصولمون تا 14 روز افزایش پیدا کنه.
Iranians are a nation with a big appetite. Like other parts of the world, people have their preferences when it comes to food. Consumers could become very picky in a country with endless flavor choices. Namino produces all the ingredients used in the manufacturing process. The company even supervises the cultivation process of potatoes and carrots to make sure that they are exactly what is needed by the factory. Experts say that Iran is standing at a very good position when it comes to the quantity, the quality, and diversity of both agricultural and dairy products. And this has created a lucrative market for both investors and entrepreneurs. Today, Iranian consumers are faced with new packagings, new brands, new products, and higher standards every day. And those who once considered themselves as small business owners are now introducing themselves as food giants who are looking for markets outside the borders of the country. The two partners who once started from scratch now recruit a considerable number of people in their factories across the country. They also export fruit products to countries like the UAE, Oman, Qatar, Iraq, Afghanistan, Armenia, and Georgia, and there are hopes to create more demand in those markets.
شاید ما با 10 نفر کارگر شروع کردیم که تازه از اون 10 نفر 2 تا کارگرش خود من آقای خانی بودیم ابتدا کار انجام میدادیم. با یک تولید روزانه شاید نزدیک 400-500 عدد، الان رقم شاید بیش از 1000 برابر شده. با 10 تا کارگر شروع کردیم. امروز گروه صنعتی نامینو ما بیش از 2000 نفر پرسنل تو واحدهای تولیدی یا توزیع به لطف خداوند مشغول به کار.
Today, Namino is a familiar name across Iran. The two friends who once joined hands and followed their dream to turn a tiny business into a big one created one of the most famous success stories among Iranian entrepreneurs. Amir Mehdi Kazemi for Bazaar.
Thank you, Amir Mehdi, for the report on Namino. But to follow suit with last week's Bazaar show, we'll be taking a look at Iran's bazaar or market. Last week, we studied companies whose shares were being bought and sold at a faster rate than others. This week, I'll give you statistics on goods with the highest import rates into Iran. Iranian customs statistics show field corn and rice are at the top of the list, going by the revenues they generate in dollars. Some other agricultural products popular with Iranian importers are beans, soybean meal, barley and sunflower seeds. These products are used to producing oil, cattle feed and so forth. But as Iran is also being producer of automobiles in the world, a commodity it much demands is automobile spare parts, which are assembled in its factories. Another popular commodity in Iran is dietary supplements. These are bought mostly by pharmaceutical or factories and drug importers. You may find this information useful as producers or salespersons of these products, because it will help you choose your market more carefully. Many thanks for watching once again. Don't forget to leave your comments on our social pages, as your opinions will help us improve. Also, if you have any questions about the products and factories introduced on the show, do send us a private message and we'll connect you directly to them. Till next week, when we'll introduce you to other Iranian products, goodbye and God be with you.